はい、どうも、皆さん、こんにちは。それではですね、ザ・スタンリー・パラブル、続けやっていきましょう。前回は、なんかね、エスケープの場所に入って、エスケープの場所でお前死ぬねんな、みたいに言われて、で、潰されると思ったらここに来たんですよ。多分博物館ですね。ね、これ。ワーゾーン。すげえ。ちゃんとこうやって置かれてるんですね。何これ知らないよ。すげえ。え、ここにいたの私。あら。すげえ。あら、こっちは。ナレーター E メール。はあ。すごいね。ちゃんとこうやって博物館に展示されてるんですよ。ね。はい。何このカウントダウン怖いんですけど。5、4、3、2、3、2、1。え？なんだよ。ひたすらカウントダウンしてるだけかよ。どこ行けばいいんでしょう。うわ、なにこれ。ゼーディング。これさ、いきなり一番最後のエンディング来ちゃったんじゃない？順番間違えましたね、絶対。ダメだ。ダメだ。こんなん先に見ちゃってるようなもんだから、先行きましょう。お。
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
お、これでオフにしたら。
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
というエンドか。やめるボタンを押したらダメですね、きっと。死んじゃいました、主人公。最初さ、このまますぐ行ってさ、このまま進んで、っていうかナレーターがないねんけど大丈夫？初めてやからかな。
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
で、このまま進みましょう。
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
で、この進んで。
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
落ちましょう。落ちれます。死ねま、あ。
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but...
しかし彼一人が物語をコントロールしていること、そして誰にも支持されていないことを明かしたいかという気持ちのあまり。
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
よし。行きましょう。これで次は通路入れそうやからね。
Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
嘘。一緒でしょ。一緒ですよ。何を言ってるんですか？一緒ですよ。ほら。変わりません。右行きましょう。はい。
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
休憩室に入りたかっただけよ。
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
こっち行ったことあるからこっちね。
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
乗っ
Look, Stanley,
て
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot
こっち
here.
行こう。こっち行き
I'm
そうや
not
から。
your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your
Sa
trust
putsch
in
action
someone else can be
始まります。
difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all
いける
this
かな
time.
怖いな。
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
今だ
Someone you...
Oh.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
いいよ。その間動き待っとくね。わっ
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
うわマジか。マジか。青選ぶ。
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
赤のって赤で書いてる。青を取ります。
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let
何
me
が待ってるの
stop
あ、
you.
まさか、ここは。
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
What? すげえ。ワールドワイドリーダーやって。お、すごい。これ、あれですね、多分。ランキングみたいな。私どこですか下。私それ。This is you. 7時間もしてませんよ。めっちゃ最下位じゃん。いや、いいよいいよ。エラー、フレンドイズエンプティ。フレンドは0人って言いたいのね。まったくもう。This is your supporter. あ、そのさ、9000 327位の人は3時間で終わってるのに一気にめっちゃ最下位ってことだね。群を抜けて最下位って言いたいねんな、こいつは。で、
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
何わ、
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
ということで、これ、こうやってずっとやっとかなあかんってことやんな。で、これ4時間もする気ないので、このまま。
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
何おダメよこれ。
Is this any better?
ダメですこれ。
At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough?
ダメ。
Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you.
ダメよ
From
これアウ
now
ト。
on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
誰だ勝手に作んな。
This will go here. No, here. And then...
何作ってんの
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off...
そこに入るって。
Yes.
待って。
It's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
待って。
But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
ちょっと待って。これは大丈夫なんですか結構。同じ会社ですかちゃんとマイクロソフトですかマイクロソフトの前の会社ですか本当に。合ってますかこれギリギリっていうかアウトでしょ音とかも。マジか。まあいいでしょう。いろいろ突っ込みたいことあるんですけど、あえて何も言いません。はい、入りましょう。
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
何一緒に行けってジャンプもできないのこの主人公。もう BGM があれだ。いろいろやってるからわかるんです。BGM あれだわもう。
It looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
持ってないですよ。持ってないですよ。あれこっちか。なんか違う。これキノコや。
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
さあ、今完全にゾンビがいましたね。ゾンビっていうか、クリーチャーみたいな。ニューゲーム。どうなるんですか？わ。
Yes, I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
ちょっと待ってくれ、待ってくれ。なんか掴めるんだけど。あ、開いた。これがどういうゲームかちょっとわかりません、この感じは。
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
なるほど。はい。
Genius.
Genius.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I
何
really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. どこここはすごいとこ来ちゃった。開発前かな、ここは。真っ暗。電気ない。松明欲しいな。合ってるかな、こっちで。あー、やばいな、これ。終わりましたね、これ。降りるしかないのかな。降りましょう。なんだここ。えらい古めかしいけど。これ私のオフィス。作りたての、あ、なるほど。作りたての私のオフィス。私たちのオフィスですね。あ、これ2つに並んでるとこですね。これ戻りますか。戻れそう。はあ。この進んで。このゲームめっちゃ作り込まれてんな。あ、あった。これ私の前、違う。思ってたのと違う。これ私の部屋でしょ、完全に。違うのこれ。あら。戻りましょう。どうやら違うようですね。開かない。あ、びっくりした。
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
ほう。ということで、これはもう終わりかな？終わりやね。そうそうそう。さっきローディング入らんかったよね。オッケーオッケーオッケー。これでスタート戻るでしょう。オッケー。じゃあ次は、どうしようかな。ちょっと待ってよ。
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
めっちゃこと言う。電話を電源抜いちゃったやん。コンセントをね。だからそれを抜かずに。
Stanley came to a set of two open. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
何度見ても
Perhaps
笑え
he
るね。
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before.
これいろんな
Was it
さ
this room? A connection between the two, but eager to get back to business,
あれやな、多
Stanley
分
took the first
いろん
open
な
door on his left.
いろんな物語があるんですね。多分いろんなナレーションがあるんですね。これでこういって
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't
はい
fired years
乗り
ago.
ます。
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
了解。
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
電話が
That's her, Stanley.
出ます。Huh?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employer. 427. Press I on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Z.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
見えへん。プレスを
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Z で落ちて
And
い
so
る。
he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
V。はい。
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
ちょっとたま。すいません。ちょっと電話がかかってきちゃって。ごめんね。
Mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
グーワって読むんや。
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
確かに。she to your wife, your love her. あなたの妻に電話するの
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In
元に
reality,
戻っ
all
てき
he's
た。
doing is pushing the same buttons he always has.
なるほど。
Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
ということで、多分ね、どんどんね、眠んの。
And I'm trying to tell him this. that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Walk in the morning. G.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Go.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see.
今度こそは
Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die. 死んでください。わお。
And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
大って言ったら死んじゃった。大って今キーボードで打ったんですよ。死んじゃいました。あらら。ということでこれはエンディングですね。ということでですね、今回はここまでにしたいと思います。面白いですね。あと少しです、エンディングは。あと5つぐらいかな。そんなことなかった。めっちゃあります。全てはできるわけではないので、なるべくやっていきたいと思うので、でも、パート4ぐらいで終わるでしょう。ご視聴いただきありがとうございました。よければチャンネル登録の方よろしくお願いします。またですね、私人間が運営する Twitter もございますので、よければご覧ください。それでは、さようなら。